People Tonight, a late-night talk show where our guests are real people. From San Francisco, I'm Darren Rowland. Here is our host, Conor Kellicutt.
How you guys doing? It's weird though, meeting people. It's scary though. Isn't it weird? Meeting people for the first time? It is scary. You don't know what's gonna happen. I always get really nervous too. Like cause you don't know what you're gonna say, and and I'm always like, hi, I'm kind of, just kind of float. Or the handshake is a big thing for men, so you got to get all like, it's like, I don't know. It's just weird meeting people, and that's the whole point of this whole. And you never know who you're gonna meet. Like you might meet your best friend. The next person you might be your best friend, or your lover, or your nemesis. We should do a show about nemesis, Darren. Meet the nemesis tonight. You can be my nemesis. Yeah. You can be my nemesis too, Darren. But that's the thing, is you never know who you're gonna meet, And you never know what's gonna happen, or who it's gonna be, or where it's gonna go, or what it's gonna do. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like a big deal meeting somebody. It doesn't seem that important. But let me put it into context. I met someone. You ever heard that? Yeah, that's a scary sentence, isn't it? John, I met someone. That's John screwed, right? And he wasn't even involved in the meeting. You know what I'm saying? It's not a long sentence, but and the word met wasn't a big deal, and he wasn't even involved. That's so powerful. You don't know who you're gonna meet. David Hasselhoff met Justin Bieber, and they became best friends. That's just weird. Even weirder, David Beckham, the British soccer star, is best friends with Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg and Dave, just picture it, close your eyes. They're just chilling. Look at them chilling. Look how happy they are together. They're all besties. Pass me that blunt, David. Just like, sure thing, Snoop. Just besties. That's so weird. And you don't know who that person's gonna be that you meet. And you don't, and how do you figure out who do you decide who to meet and where? That's scary. Like, how many, idiots and assholes have you met that you wish you never met? Wouldn't it be great if you could have just
I could think of one.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Darren. Wouldn't it be great, though, if you could just dodge that bullet? You know what I mean? Because you don't know who you're going to meet. But tonight you do. So, how would you guys like to meet the people? Let's get started.
Tonight's guests, Marvin, the entrepreneur, Cory, the classical connoisseur, Mother Mary, and a surprise guest from our studio audience, as well as the comedy team of Laundry Basket and Spiegelman, with musical guests, the John Brothers Piano Company.
How you guys doing? Thank you very much, and welcome to Meet the People Tonight. Thank you. This show is a show starring the people. We are meeting the people. And we're meeting Darren. This is Darren Rowland. He is my Ed McMahon, as we call him.
That's right.
We do say announcer, but I guess Ed changed the whole announcer game, right?
He did. He kind of set the standard, didn't he?
Right, so I had to get a tall white guy who had gray hair. Is that the standard you were talking about?
That is. And,
okay.
And he occasionally likes to have a drink or two.
Right. And likes to schnoodle. Okay. But anyway, so let's move on. How would you like to meet the people? All right. Our first guest is a gentleman I met, and he just kind of blew me away because he was easy to talk to, and he had a lot to say. And I thought he was very interesting, and I'd like to bring out Marvin, the entrepreneur. Marvin, how are you today?
I'm good.
So, Marvin, I don't know what you do for a living.
I'm a vendor.
Okay, and what do you vend?
Warriors gear.
Yeah?
Club socks.
Oh, yeah?
Marijuana.
Yeah.
I know you.
Yeah.
Marvin, good to see you again.
Anything that's hot.
So that's a skill, though. You see something hot, you better run out and get it. And where do you go to get them?
Sometimes I fly down to LA.
See, here's the thing is I think sometimes when I drive, I think that's their tent, that's all they got and all that kind of. No, you're running a business.
Right.
When did you know? When did you say to yourself, I need to go buy a bunch of Warrior stuff? This is crazy.
I'd say mid-season.
Even mid-season, you were like, all right. But they've been mid-season before and they've done well.
Yeah.
Did you buy a bunch of Warrior stuff?
No, I didn't.
See, I was in Ireland last year, and Garth Brooks was coming to Ireland, and there was a big hoopla. The reason why I brought this up is because on the radio, a guy called and said, "I just bought 50,000 Stetson hats
Wow.
to sell at the Garth Brooks concerts," and Garth backed out. So you're sitting there with 50,000 Stetson hats. This is you right now, Marvin, and you're looking at piles of Stetson hats. Are you like, I gotta find a rodeo? What are you doing?
Well, me, I'm not gonna let them go to waste. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hit the streets.
Okay, and just
Yes.
sell each one individually.
Yes.
He just said he would sell 50,000 hats one by one, and he didn't even blink. He didn't be like, I guess I would have. He was like, sell them one by one. What's the most product you ever bought that you were just like, what was I doing?
The most product I've and got stuck with.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not that product. That's okay to get stuck.
You know, I would have to say, at the 1996 Olympics.
Oh yeah? What happened?
Oh my God. Well, me and my friend went out. We spent about $15,000 on Olympic gear.
Right, just in general.
And what they did was, as us vendors, we had a place. And what they did was they sent all the tourists in a different direction. So all us vendors are stuck with this stuff.
All of you, not just
Yes,
you.
Not just me.
Did you buy it from each other at that point?
Well, what I ended up doing was I went and got on consignment a box of Oakley sunglasses. 200 pair, right? So if anyone remembers when McDonald's first opened in Russia,
Yeah.
that's the kind of clientele I had. Yeah. It was like from where I just got off board at, I had lines of people. And I ordered 4 more boxes, and wow. And I had the shakes. You would have thought I was high on drugs or something. I mean, it was coming so quick, you know. I made $66,000. In like 13 days.
You were telling me a story about New York and you bought a bunch of stuff, you got stuck there.
I had $10,000, and I said 500 should keep me there for 7 days as far as my living expenses.
That's cute.
But
It's cute how you thought that would work.
I thought it would work. But you know, like a regular Motel 6 in New York is like $120 a night. You know, so here I am in New York, $500 left. I shipped my stuff back.
You bought a bunch of stuff. Made out like a bandit.
Yeah.
You were thrilled.
Yeah.
But you're not making money off it yet, and you're stuck in New York.
No, I'm bringing it back here to sell.
Okay.
So.
But you're sitting in New York.
Yeah.
And your stuff's here.
And I stayed in a motel one night.
Uh-huh.
Pockets was low. I think I had like $100 or something. At the time I was married. My wife didn't want me to go. So there was no financial support there.
Right. You couldn't hold the old lady.
So-
Is the
Wait till
point.
afterwards. it
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah,
like.
you probably
All right,
should
I'm just
have.
gonna write that down. Go to New York. Break up with wife after.
Right.
So I'm out there. I have 6 more days. I made my contacts all the first day. Out there, they have YMCA for people that don't have a place to stay. So they sent me to Brooklyn. And, you know, even though I'm not from the best areas, but I went there and I had never seen nothing like it. And I'm like, wow. But I had to do something, right? So they were charging, $35 a night.
Right, for the room.
And it was like a lot of homeless people staying there and stuff. And so it's late at night when I finally got into YMCA, and I'm tired. I opened the window, laid down, and you know how your peripheral vision, I wasn't looking out the window, and I thought I seen something jump. And so I didn't pay it no attention. And so,
You might want to check that out.
yeah. So I'm just kicking back. I say, this is just because I'm
Tired.
delirious tired.
Yeah.
And,
That must be it. It's not New York, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That's
and,
not it.
It was a rat. It was a rat about this big.
He's measuring from the floor. I'd like to point out,
Yeah.
he didn't start with his hands like this. I'm going to show you. He went straight to the floor
Right.
to use the ground
Yeah.
as a basis for the measurement.
So is that tail up this way, or are we talking legs
That's
or all four
standing,
legs?
his tail's out that way.
Yeah. So by this time, I have to get up. It's freezing cold. I have to get up. I'm saying I'm not standing here.
So the rat got your room.
Yeah, basically, he wasn't going to get me.
You rented a room for a rat in New York.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah,
Is that what you're trying to tell me right now?
Yeah,
You flew to New York
yeah,
to rent a rat a room.
yeah. Basically, he kicked me out of my room.
He kicked you out.
Yeah, basically.
He wouldn't even let you stay.
Yeah.
And you paid for it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm really happy to meet you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're going to go to commercial.
They sure work hard, don't they, Barney? Yeah? I hate to see them work so hard. Yeah, me too. Let's go around back where we can't see them. Gee, we ought to do something, Fred. Okay. How's about taking a nap? Hey, I got a better idea. Let's take a Winston break. That's it. Winston is the one filter cigarette that delivers flavor 20 times a pack. Winston's got that filter blend. Yeah, Fred. Filter blend makes the big taste difference, and only Winston has it up front where it counts. Here, ahead of the pure white filter. Winston packs rich tobaccos specially selected and specially processed for good flavor in filter smoking. Yeah, Barney, Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should.
The Flintstones has been brought to you by Winston, America's best-selling, best-tasting filter cigarette.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Meet the People tonight. We're very excited. Now, we have a special guest. The other guests we actually interview a little bit, and I've met them and that kind of thing. But we thought it'd be fun to take someone out of the audience, which we have done. So this guest is a total surprise guest. I have no idea what's going to happen. No one does. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our very special guest, Lily.
Lily.
Say hi. Wait, everybody, Lily. Is this weird?
Super.
Yeah. What did you do last night? Oh my God, you'll never believe it.
Do you want to know?
No. Dude, I do.
I kinda do.
Yeah. What did you do last night?
I have an interesting job. So
Okay.
I work in the ER. I'm a nurse.
Oh, you are?
So.
I'm dating a nurse.
Are you?
Yeah, she's hot.
Good luck.
I know, thanks.
Well, actually, I'd like to. What's your most fun, maybe horrific story?
Well, I got to see a chest cracked open once. Yeah. Yeah.
Does the word "got to" fit in that sentence?
Did the,
Oh, I was really excited about it. I
patient live?
No.
No. Yeah. You're cracking open a chest. You're probably talking 1 in 20 or something.
was like, no, they're pretty much no.
Yeah.
That's the
Pretty much
last. That's the last
Exactly.
chance. That's like,
Yeah.
let's just crack it open and see what happens. Is
No,
that what
it
they're
was
like?
more like we kind of knew it wasn't going to go anywhere. So.
Oh.
So you just did it for fun then?
Yeah. That's why,
I mean, that's what I would do.
that's why I got to do it.
That's why she said the word "got."
Why,
Did you not hear the word "got" the first sentence? Come on.
why become an ER nurse, isn't it?
Right.
Now they always live on the TV shows. I remember, what,
Yeah, that's
right?
TV.
They crack open
They
the
don't
chest
live
and
in real
and
life,
they
do
massage
they?
the heart
And
and
they
they live.
they freeze for a little bit and they like warm up again like on Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember
Is that not true?
No.
That never happened.
I haven't seen it.
You
It's
haven't.
possible.
It could happen. It's
In
like
the future.
Maybe.
It-
But as of now,
Sci-fi.
it's not a thing.
It's never happened to me.
Okay, so you're in the ER
Yeah.
at night, day, what?
I actually get both. So I start
Both?
at 11:30 in the morning and I leave at midnight.
Did you say you start at 11:30 in the morning and leave at midnight?
Oh yeah, we're 12-hour shifts.
That's 12 and a half. You know that, right?
Yes, but
Who can eat after cracking a chest open now?
lots of us actually.
You'd be surprised.
Hey,
But you
when
get
you only
used
got
to
30
it.
minutes in 12 hours.
I don't care what's cracking open and spewing on me. I got lunch, all right? I got a sandwich that I am darn to get
And
to.
we'll talk about it. Yeah.
But yeah, so you guys sit around and talk about chest cracking open and then when you were young? Is that what you wanted to do?
I still am young.
I'm sorry. When you get to be my age, it's hard to tell how old people are. 'Cause I can't see.
What are you trying to say? I don't have. Where's
can't
my
win
first?
this. Okay. Are you young enough to start a new career?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, because you're in the nursing, so you know people are living longer.
Oh yeah.
By the time you're 80, people are living to 140, right? Okay, so you're good. You could have 3 more careers.
I could.
So now what are you going to do? You're going to be a nurse, and you're being a nurse, and then you're going to continue to be a nurse? Do you plan to move up in the nursing?
The options are open.
You can just
What's
do
the
anything.
what's the funniest thing everybody's ever quote sat on that had to be removed?
Oh.
You ever talk to ER nurses? They always got a
Oh, yeah.
light bulb story.
I actually know.
Rich,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
gerbil, right?
Yeah, I know a
they always
proctologist, so.
They always have a story of something that had to be
There's
removed.
always. Oh.
Right? See, she already knows. She's trying to think. She can't even think of which one.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
There's so many.
What's the shaving cream?
There's so many.
The light bulb.
Shaving cream.
I just heard. Yeah.
Darren. No one else has heard of the shaving cream.
I'm hoping to find somebody else who may have
Who's also
happened.
heard of the shaving cream? Just keeps throwing it out at parties.
I've been looking
Yeah,
for
you know, shaving cream up the thing. You know what I mean, right? You know, right? Shaving cream up the. You've heard of that? That's a thing, right? Is that what we're talking about here?
Yeah.
It's a thing now. How many people are going to try this is what I want to know.
Somebody save Darren.
So I haven't heard about the shaving cream.
No.
But
And she's the professional.
it could happen.
It could
I
happen.
mean,
She's not ruling it out, Darren.
No, it's not right.
And Darren's not ruling it out either.
The physics are.
In fact, Darren knows it works. In fact, you're going to be seeing more shaving cream. Hey, you know what? Maybe the reason you're not seeing them is because it doesn't go bad. Huh?
Oh.
Maybe the shaving cream thing is a success every time.
It's a natural.
Maybe we should invest in shaving cream.
I-
Marvin! Gonna get some cans of shaving cream, about 500 of them, right? We'll fly out to New York, shove it up that rat's ass, right?
It is a natural lubricant.
It is a natural lubricant.
So,
You're done talking, by the way.
Turn this on.
Anyway.
so the weirdest thing I've seen
Uh-huh.
is this part of someone's glasses in
Yeah.
the mail.
And there's always a story, the accident. It was always an accident, right?
Not for this one, actually.
So he just told the
like,
truth.
Screw it, I did.
Yeah, and he was very proud of himself, and he wanted everyone to know. And there was X-rays to prove it. You know.
Ladies and gentlemen, please meet Lily.
Really?
Very nice to meet you. Go ahead and scurry off. Lily, ladies and gentlemen. Next, I believe, we actually have a word from our sponsor.
How often does your job call you out of bed in the middle of the night? Well, if you were a doctor, it would be often. And generally, there isn't much time to spare.
Coffee, doctor?
Oh, fine. Have a Camel with your coffee.
Thanks.
You know, this night work's kind of rough, isn't it?
That's right.
But a Camel's always a pleasure.
Yes, folks, the pleasing mildness of a Camel is just as enjoyable to a doctor as it is to you or me. In a nationwide survey, doctors in all branches of medicine were asked, "What cigarette do you smoke, doctor?" The brand named most was Camel's. Tens of thousands of doctors, general practitioners, surgeons, specialists, doctors in every branch of medicine were included. And according to this nationwide survey, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Try Camels yourself, the cigarette so many doctors enjoy.
Welcome back to Meet the People tonight. We are on to our next guest. He's a violinist. He's also a restaurant manager. Please put your hands together for Cory. I noticed you have dreadlocks.
That's true.
They're long.
That's true, yeah.
How long have you had those?
No one's ever asked that before.
Really?
Actually,
That's so weird. Seriously though, how long have you had
about 14 or 15 years.
those? Wow. You haven't cut your hair this millennium.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's weird. I could go a millennia.
Yeah? What
Not
would
without
happen?
cutting my hair. I'm just hoping to live that long. So, Cory,
Yes,
you play violin.
I do.
How is that going?
It's not very lucrative, but it's really enjoyable, yeah.
Well, can we introduce you to Marvin here?
Marvin,
He
yes.
knows about,
Yeah, he can maybe help
money
you
out
sell
of
little
things.
violins or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll work something out, Marvin.
It's not being an artist is, it's not where the money's at. Really.
The money is not in the art. That is true. I've noticed that a lot.
So
this is my show.
Henceforth, right. So henceforth, I have another job. Yeah.
Yes, you do. And you are a restaurant manager.
This is true.
Is that fun?
Yes.
How is that
fun?
No.
You sound really enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, no, I do enjoy it.
It's a high energy job.
It is.
What I've heard though is you're a very pleasant manager and you're nice. What I would like to hear you say is no. When someone let's do a little role playing. Hey Cory, manager, is it slow enough? Why don't we let me go home?
Yeah, well, no, that's not going to happen. First of all.
Did you guys just see that? He started the word no with the word yeah and then well. Yeah, well. We went to yeah and then well, and I was still on, thinking things were going good. And then I was gently set down in a no.
Right.
You created a reality for me to walk into, look around and realize I'm not going anywhere.
Right. No, that's kind of one of the rules.
Yeah.
Somebody wants something that you can't offer. Yeah, no, I can't do that, but here's 12 things that I can do for you right now, and you're gonna love all of them, or at least one of them you're gonna really like.
So how do you? Okay, I gotta ask this honestly. How old were you when you started playing violin?
3 years old.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're 3, you're chilling, and you're like, I've got to be a violinist. Like at 3. And your little fingers, though.
Yeah, no, you can't really play the violin. But yeah, no. So as soon as I could talk, I was like, I've got to play the violin, and like, you've got to wait till you turn 3. So I'm waiting like years, like
Right. The torture.
Like 80% of my life.
Right. You mean a third of my life?
Yeah.
I'm 2 already. Yeah. I'll be dead in a couple of years easily. Can we get on this?
Right.
I almost have dexterity.
Yeah, so that 3rd birthday was huge. It was coming, like, and finally they're like, okay, we're going to start you on lessons. And
were you just like,
yeah.
But like little?
Yeah, and they gave me, this box. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. And I'm going to open this box, and there's going to be a violin in it, right? Yeah. There's not a violin in it.
What is it?
It's a box with a popsicle stick on it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I felt so cheated.
As well you should.
Yeah. I was like, where the hell is the violin?
Yes.
And they're like, well, you don't get a violin yet.
For me, as a parent, if you're willing to play a popsicle stick for a while, I might throw down on a violin.
Yeah.
And it's 30-some years later, they weren't wrong.
Right. No,
right. So how long did you play the popsicle stick?
Oh, maybe a couple months. Yeah. Before I got to play 20.
Burned right through it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I killed it. Yeah.
All right, Dad. I'm gonna nail this. And what exactly are they teaching you on a popsicle stick?
Just how to hold it, how to pronate your arm correctly, like
So they're teaching you to.
Yeah.
You're like the elephant man.
Yeah.
It's right, Daddy.
I have a horribly misshapen body.
Do you?
Yeah,
because of it?
No, shoulder blades
They're
are
all
weird,
screwed in.
hips are I don't. Yeah.
So you're gonna be a really messed up old man.
No, I'm already there.
You're already feeling it. Oh, that's sad. But
No,
you love
it's
your violin.
No, absolutely. It is kind of a love-hate because it's such an unnatural position to put your body in.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, if you play the cello, it's just like super.
So do
easy,
you guys
right?
sit around and talk smack about the cello players? Like, you guys got it so easy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You don't even have to. Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
No.
But they lug that thing around, though. Do you think they're sitting there going, with your little tiny violin, you can go anywhere?
Yeah.
You think that's what they're saying about you?
Yes. I'm sure of it, in fact.
I didn't know this was going on. I thought they were all in a big orchestra just loving each other. Hey, great instrument. No, you too. Yeah. No, they're hating. They're just like, I hate that cello. Is that not what's happening? Don't even get me started on the oboe. They're so full of themselves, aren't they?
Yes.
Show me your mark.
My mark. Oh yeah. It's a little bit more prominent than usual, but
if you can see this, do you guys see this perma hickey?
Yeah.
If a guy comes up to you and is like, "Hey, baby, I play the violin," and he's like totally trying to make moves, and he doesn't have this, No.
Not a violinist.
No,
Yeah.
It's bull.
No.
It's probably a cellist.
Yeah.
Or an oboe player.
Right. No, the cellists have the third nipple mark.
Oh, they
Yeah. That's how the mark of the cellist.
Oh, the mark of the cellist?
Yeah.
So it's like you just walk up to dudes and go, hey,
You see? Yeah.
you're all right. Is that your thing with them?
Yes.
Go ahead. You can go. Next. You're all right. Oh, okay, nice. Come on in.
Yeah.
So when you got to put it on there repeatedly, and it's just, I mean, it's a callus on your neck,
Exactly.
is what it is.
Yeah.
You have neck callus.
Yes.
Cow neck.
You never thought of like using a cloth or anything?
Guys do that though, right?
People do that.
And
yeah,
you look down on them.
A
little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, cloth on your neck.
Right. No, I could never get used to it. It comes in between you and
You got to feel the instrument.
Yeah, exactly.
Feel
Against
it.
your skin. Yeah.
Just up on you.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that in private. What superpower would you have if you could have a superpower?
Superpower, huh?
And not trampling all the cellists.
No, I don't know. So moving people with music is where it's at for me.
So you've already done it.
Yeah,
You already have a superpower.
I would say that the ability to reach anybody, to move anybody, to touch anybody. With,
So you just walk in a room and just grab your violin and just be like, that person be like, oh, just start doing stuff.
With my
Yeah, that'd be
absolutely.
awesome. Oh wait a minute, I'm sorry. You mean move emotionally?
Yeah.
I'm like make him do the dishes. Like, get those dishes done.
But that could That
we
could
can
be
work
useful
on
as
that.
well.
That could be a superpower.
Sure.
Okay, last question, and this one actually really applies to you.
All right.
What time period would you live in if it wasn't this one? Yeah. Now keep in mind, you could go back before Mozart and be like, look what I wrote.
Right. What time period?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the Renaissance. There was a lot going on.
There
was
was.
a lot of new
That's
stuff.
why they called it the Renaissance. You were a rock star then, huh?
No, it's just
You could've
starting to
made a
blow
living.
up. No,
Yeah.
exactly. No,
Violins are about to
absolutely.
blow up.
Yeah.
You hear that? You have to go back to the Renaissance.
Yes. No, the violin is.
To connect with what blows up for you.
Yeah. No,
it's coming back around though, guys. I promise you. I know it's been 400 years, but trust me.
No, as an entrepreneur, violin is maybe not the best.
Right.
The best
Maybe
buy
the best
right now,
way to go.
perhaps. Yeah.
All right. Well, Cory, it was excellent meeting you.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cory, we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Bob Lieberman, and I'm a professional comedian. And my voice is important to me and my job. So looking out for my voice is number one. That's why I smoke the cigarette that more doctors prefer than any other cigarette. Chesterfield's. Chesterfield's has a special throat comforting quality. Of all the cigarettes that shove hot, burning ash down your throat, Chesterfield's is the least destructive. And that leaves me with my throat feeling as good as it can, considering the hot, burning ash. So take the Chesterfield challenge by smoking Chesterfields for 30 days. Smoke as many Chesterfields as you can. And I'll bet by the end of that 30 days, regardless of what brand you're actually smoking, you'll really be into cigarettes. Smoke Chesterfields for 30 days, and you'll be hooked. Smoke for 30 days. Chesterfields. Smoke and you'll be hooked. Smoke. Smoke. Chesterfields.
Thank you, Bob. Ladies and gentlemen, for our final guest of the evening, I would like you very much to meet Mother Mary. Hello, Mary.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Okay, no pressure.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How are you?
Okay. When did you start playing the violin?
Yeah, I know, right? This hickey isn't from the violin.
Mary. No. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you from? When the Irish thing came up, you were screaming
Yeah.
out. So you are of Irish descent?
I am of Irish descent. My dad was born in. Woo-hoo! Yeah, brought a little Ireland in the house.
And then they came over here.
And then they came over here.
To start a new life.
To start a new life, and here I am.
And here you are.
I'm the new life, yeah.
And there was you. I know this is.
Yeah, this is as good as it gets. Myself and I have one brother.
And so the two of you grew up Irish.
We did, yeah.
Now you have clergy in the family?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, so you're Irish.
Yeah, hard
drinking.
Yeah.
Catholic, clergy, the whole thing.
Yeah, butter on the sandwiches in school, you know, where your friends would have mayonnaise and you'd have butter.
Right.
And they'd be all, what the heck? You know, yeah, that
mind your own business. Shove that sandwich up your ass.
Exactly.
See how fast it goes. Right.
Absolutely.
And what were your dreams? You're a little kid, you're Irish.
I was going to be an actress. Ooh. I was going to live with my best friend Leah. She was going to be a ballerina. I was going to marry Mikhail Baryshnikov.
Okay.
And we were going to live in New York City.
Okay.
Yeah, so that worked out really well. Yeah.
Close.
Right?
Well, you're in a city.
But I did much better than my dreams.
Right.
Yes.
So you're not disappointed.
God, no.
Did you see how Mikhail turned out?
Baryshnikov? I know.
It's so old.
And he's really small. So
you didn't realize how small he was?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's a thing.
No, it will count.
You don't kick him up and walk around.
Yeah, no, that's not
This
cute.
is my boyfriend. Look how little he is. He can spit on my finger.
Yeah, no, wouldn't have been.
Okay. That's cool. So that's good that didn't work out.
Yes, no, it did. Hey, it all works out for the best, right?
At what point?
Right?
It did for me.
Right.
Now my wife is small enough I can.
Right. You can just spin her. At what point did you go? I'm not going to marry Mikhail Baryshnikov. What? Next year?
When I met my husband.
Oh, right then.
Yeah.
Right up until that point.
Right up, yeah.
And then you were in college at the time?
Yes.
And what were you studying in college?
Political science.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good degree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where did that take
Very
you?
lucrative.
Yeah.
Make
a ton of money.
Oh,
Cory
totally.
could probably use a political science degree as well. Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Play violin while you're spouting about politics.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
That'll get you somewhere.
Yeah.
Huh? I know you because I know your kids and all that. And,
right.
And you being a mother, I mean, you're nailing it. You're nailing it.
Thank you.
You're
I
very,
appreciate it.
very about being a mom and you're focused on all that.
Yeah.
When did you did you ever consciously, or did you just wake up one day and go, holy shit, I'm a mom.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
You met your husband for a drink and you woke up 9 years later.
Yeah. No, 9 months later.
9 months later.
And brought my older son home in the little, bucket thing that you bring home, and we put it on the footstool. And
I don't remember bringing my son home in a bucket.
In a bucket?
Yeah. We had a
He must have been really wealthy. We brought him home in a bucket, and we put him on the footstool, and we kind of looked at each other. Neither of us knew really anything.
Isn't it funny they send you home with it?
It's totally
Because that's what we were like, you're coming with us, right? You're sending a nurse for a few days, right?
I mean,
they're like, no, get out of here.
Right, his first big potty in the hospital, I called the nurse, like red button. I was like,
hello?
something happened in there. Yeah. So brought him home, and there you go. Like, man, God, we're gonna have to figure this out, or he's gonna die, and that would be embarrassing. So, yeah.
That would, because everybody knew you were pregnant. It's not like you didn't make a big deal out of being pregnant. I'm sure you did.
Well, we had the shower, so I couldn't be all.
Right, you'd have to return all the stuff.
Yeah.
And you named him.
Yeah. I know.
Good. I'm glad you didn't let him die.
Yeah, no, it worked
That
out.
was
It
smart.
did. It worked out. Worked out
Genius.
okay. Yeah.
You even had another one.
Yeah, well, the first one survived.
Didn't die.
So
Might as well have another,
kinda
right?
Figured. Someone's got to play with him.
Yeah. It's not going to be you. That's a good point.
Oh, God.
Okay, so you've discovered you're a mother. And you're like, hey, I'm digging this. I'm going to go full
totally
bore.
love it.
So you make a fresh dinner every night, don't you?
Yeah, well, not pushing. Yeah, every night. Yeah, yeah.
And you send your boys off to school.
Send my boys off to school. I have a good life.
And is this
I'm a lucky girl.
Yeah, if you could just start fresh and just say I'm, magical. I could have any life I want.
Yeah, I would have to say my own, and I know that sounds so. I mean, I would love to be smoking hot for like 24 hours, like.
Just
You
one
know,
day,
like,
just see what that.
yeah.
I have a couple more drinks that'll probably.
Well,
happen.
totally. Yeah. Totally.
Everybody here has a drink.
I'm fine, everybody drinks. No, like that would be a really crazy feeling to just be like, I can get anything I want because of my looks. That would be
crazy.
Right?
It happens.
Just totally, like I can be a total tool and everybody's gonna love me just because I'm smoking hot. I would take that for 24 hours.
Just to do it.
I mean, just because, why wouldn't you? But then I'd want to go back to me because I miss everybody. Yeah, because I'm
miss
really
people actually
lucky.
talking to you
I have a great life.
Right, and thinking you're a nice person.
Well, I just,
Well, those
I do
people
like
that are
life.
beautiful like that,
Yeah.
they don't actually know how to do anything because everybody's always done everything
Well,
for
that's
them.
what I think. That's
Yeah.
what I think. I think I have a hell of a character because
Right.
no, you have to work a little harder. Yeah.
Right, and that's because, you were struck down, right? Is that what it was?
Well, you just weren't,
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have the woo.
Well, I've got the woo,
Well,
but,
yeah,
I've
you're
got...
not shoving it in there. You're not like pointing.
The woo needs a little help. but
Hello.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely, yeah.
But you're making it work, is the point.
You know what? I'm doing the best I can with what I got. Okay? That's got to be something.
Yes, it does have to be.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the support.
Well, it was awesome meeting you.
It was awesome being here.
Mother Mary, ladies and gentlemen. Mother Mary.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
How often does your job call you out of bed in the middle of the night? Well, if you were a doctor, it would be often. And generally, there isn't much time to spare.
Coffee, Doctor? Oh, fine. Have a Camel with your coffee. Thanks. This night work's kind of rough, isn't it? That's right. But a Camel's always a pleasure.
Yes, folks, the pleasing mildness of a Camel is just as enjoyable to a doctor as it is to you or me. In a nationwide survey, doctors in all branches of medicine were asked, "What cigarette do you smoke, doctor?" The brand named most was Camel's. Tens of thousands of doctors, general practitioners, surgeons, specialists, doctors in every branch of medicine were included. And according to this nationwide survey, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Try Camels yourself, the cigarette so many doctors enjoy.
Well, let's put your hands together for Laundry Basket and Spiegelman.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are the comedy duo of Laundry Basket and Spiegelman. He's Laundry Basket. Laundry Basket, you're supposed to say, and he's Spiegelman. I know he's not Spiegelman, he's an audience member. Laundry Basket. It's been true. We've been performing for years. Some people say that we like to complete Laundry Basket. The time we went on I-9. Oh, Laundry Basket, you are a bad boy. Well, I heard you got a ticket. It's a ticket, Laundry Basket. I heard you got a ticket for going the wrong way down a one-way street. Laundry Basket, didn't you see the arrows? Laundry Basket. I have to apologize for that last joke. Was very offensive to any Native Americans that were here. And I sincerely apologize. I should have had some trigger warnings beforehand. And you know what? That's an old joke. That's a corny joke. That's a joke straight out of Hee Haw. Well, I give up, Laundry Basket. What do you get when you cross a giraffe with a cow? Laundry Basket. Speaking of animals you have to milk standing up. How is your wife, Mrs. Basket? Really? Laundry Basket, you had to take her to a psychiatrist? She thinks she's a chicken? How long has this been going on? 3 months? She thought she was a hen for 3 months? Why did it take you so long to go to a therapist? Laundry Basket. Look, as a Jewish American myself, I have to apologize for that last punchline. I think that's beyond the pale. Yeah, speaking of Jews. All right, speaking of Jews. All right, I give up. What if a Jew, a Christian, and a Scientologist We're in a plane crash. I give up. Who survives? Laundry basket. Listen, I have to apologize to any Jews or Christians for that last joke. Well, you know, I actually have a joke. Well, I have a joke, sure. An American, a Polish man, and an Irishman were all riding the Amtrak when suddenly the porter came, and since they were doing it illegally, they ran into the mailroom and they saw 3 sacks, one labeled cats, one labeled dog, and one labeled potato. So the American runs into the bag that says cats, and the Polish... I'm telling a joke. Yeah, I know I'm the straight man, but I mean, we've been doing this act for... We're called Laundry Basket and Spiegelman, not Spiegelman and Laundry Basket, you're right. People wonder why we didn't make that America's Got Talent All right, I'll stick to the act. It's just a pain in the ass to go all the way over to the audience. There were some very foxy ladies, and no offense, I do agree. But look, nobody wants to hear knock, knock. I don't like doing knock, knock jokes with you. You don't know how to, all right, who's there? Banana who? No, finish, don't start a new joke. Just tell me the, banana who? Wait, you already, forget it. All right, we'll do one more knock, knock joke, but you better not piss me off. Laundry basket. Who's there? Interrupting laundry basket. Well, yeah, I am from San Francisco. I'm a native. Been here 20 years. That makes me a native. Well, yeah, no, this is a great dry cleaning neighborhood. There's a lot of laundromats in San Francisco. Why? There's Who's Laundromat on 1st Avenue, What's Laundromat on 2nd Avenue, and Mendelbaum's on 3rd. I said, who's on 1st, what's on 2nd, Mendelbaum's on 3rd. Well, yes, I should know. I do live here. Who? 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 Who is on 1st? That's right, every dollar of it. Really? Twice in the chest? No, I didn't know Mary Lou Henner and Tony Danza dated a set of chairs, a taxi. Of course I've heard of the Getty Museum. Mendelbaum's. That's our famous routine.
Well, that's it for tonight, folks. I hope you enjoyed the show. Yeah, who is it?
It's Maurice. Can I talk to you, Phil?
That's Maurice Gosfield. You know the fellow who plays Doberman in the show? He's got nothing to talk to me about. But the tip is out that I just got a carton of Campbell's. Watch this. Watch how he tries to wheedle a pack out of me. Come on in, Maurice.
Hiya, Phil.
Hello, Maurice.
Say, Phil, what time is rehearsal tomorrow?
What time? Same time as it's been all year.
Oh, really?
Oh, look,
a carton of Campbell's.
Come on, get out of here.
Thanks, Phil.
Can't blame him, though. He wants his pleasure. So do I. Won't you join us?
I was walking down the street in Berkeley, and they had a upright piano on the street and a drum kit. And I was impressed. I was like, wow, who's dragging a piano around? And so I stopped and listened, and I had the best time. And I said, hey, you guys got to come be on my show. And they were awesome enough to say yes. So here they are. Please put your hands together for John Brothers Piano Company.
John Brother piano coming, ladies and gentlemen. Nice, very nice, gentlemen. Thank you very much. That's our show, folks. Thank you very much for meeting people tonight. They're going to take us out on our theme. Take her away, gentlemen.